Hello, good morning everyone. So you're going to join me for the exact routine I'm doing right now to release stress and stored trauma from my body. We're focusing mainly on the hip area, and I particularly am using hips at the moment as my focus area because I'm moving through some new stuff in my business and I want to release stuff that's really old and stagnant from my body to allow space for the new things to come in that's going to help me to elevate to that next level in my business. So this one's really good if you feel like we tend to store sort of older stuff in our hips, sort of hold tight in that area. So this is a really good one. We're going to do some breath work and somatic movement. So let's start with our breath work. This routine will take you around 10 minutes. And I would do this, if you can, do it in the morning, but you can do it, whatever time you find you have during the day, you can do it. But I like to do it first thing in the morning. So we're going to start with equal nostril breathing. Equal nostril breathing, balancing the male and female energies in the body before we start the release work. So with equal nostril breathing, we're going to open and close the nostrils alternately. So we're going to use a particular hand position. Now you can either just use your thumb and forefinger like this, if that's easier, or there's a particular hand position where this comes from in yoga called a mudra, and we do that by just closing down the forefinger and middle finger, and then we're closing the nostrils with the ring finger and thumb. If a folding down is difficult, you can also place those two fingers on your forehead, so you're just left with your thumb and ring finger to open and close like this. Okay, so getting in a seated position with your back straight. And we begin by inhaling through the left nostril, hold gently at the top, exhale right, inhale right, hold at the top, exhale left, inhale left, hold at the top, exhale right, inhale right, hold at the top, exhale left, inhale left, hold at the top, exhale right. And we're going to do this for around about 2 minutes. So inhaling left, exhale right, inhale right, exhale left, in left, out right, in right, out 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 left. Okay, and just notice when you did that, which nostril felt more congested and which nostril felt more open. So this tells us which energy at the moment is dominant in our body. If our left nostril is more open, that's the female energy, so we're more in rest and digest state. If our right nostril is more open, that's the male energy, so we're more in a roused state. So it's just interesting to note when you first start that, which is more open. I have a slight cold at the moment, so both nostrils feel slightly blocked, but definitely my right was a little more open than my left when I did that. So let's just take a couple of shoulder rolls before we move on to our hip opening exercises. So what we're going to do to start is just place the soles of our feet together. And you might want to, I'm on a yoga mat, but you can just do it on a rug if you don't have a yoga mat. Just place the soles of the feet together, and we're just going to hold the feet with our hands and just let the knees just gently drop to the side. And we're just going to hold this for about 30 seconds, breathing in and out through the nose. And just notice if you have a tendency to want to fidget, and just seeing if you can rest. It should feel slightly uncomfortable but not painful, so just seeing if you can just rest in that feeling of slight discomfort without wanting to back off, change anything, shift around. Just bring the focus back to the breath. Okay, just letting that go. And now we're just going to lie on the back. And you're just going to place your hands and your arms flat on the floor. And then we're just going to raise our hips up as far as we can until we get to resistance. Placing our head back on the floor. And again, breathing in through the nose, holding this for around 30 seconds. And just being with, if you start to have any shaking, this is the body releasing, so just breathing through the nose and allowing that to happen. This is what we want to take place really. The shaking is good, it's the body letting go. I'm starting to get some shaking now in my hips. So this is fine, we just allow the body to do that. Just breathing and holding as we hold that position. And just allowing the hips to come down. To give the legs a little shake. And then we're just going to come up on one knee. So if you have delicate knees, just place a towel on your rug or your mat under your knee. We'll start by bringing our left leg forward, kneeling on the right leg. So just bringing your left leg forward and just placing your hands on your knee as support. And then, so we should now be in about 90 degrees with this leg, from the knee to the floor. 90 degrees, so we've got to go straight down here with our thigh, and then 90 degrees with our kneeling knee. And now what we want to do is just gently shift our weight forwards, so we're starting to feel the stretch here. And we're going to again hold for 30 seconds. Body is upright, not slouch. We want the body straight, using the knee for a little bit of support. If you're really wobbling all over the place here, and again we're just breathing through the nose, just find a chair or something and just hold on to that. Position, placing that knee down, and we're going to then bring the other leg forward. So we're now kneeling on the left knee with the right leg forward. Start with our 90 degrees, so just look down. Make sure you have a 90 degree angle here. And then we're going to just move the knee forwards, this front knee forwards over the toe. So we're just stretching this area here. We want to stay upright because you're just try this. So if you're upright, you should feel the stretch down in here. This is the hip flexors. If you bend, you immediately lose that stretch. So we want to be upright, breathing in and out through the nose. Just holding for 30. Nice gentle breath through the nose. Just relaxing into that stretch. Okay, and then just coming back, gently back, seated. And we're just going to do a couple of big breaths in and out just to allow anything to shift that's shifted in the body. So inhaling through the nose, fully inflating the chest and the diaphragm and the belly. Exhaling, keeping the shoulders down, inhaling through the nose. One more, inhaling through the nose. Thank you for joining me. So that's your 10-minute routine for releasing tension, trauma, stress from the hips with some breath work as well. Hope you enjoyed it.